Well, I guess this is a story time. I don't know if I posted it or not. We'll see what happens when I decide to try and edit it. But, I was doing like a dolly dress-up video, and I was just kind of rambling about my aggravations about life at the time, because I was very aggravated and just kind of annoyed with things, and stuff like that. And then I did talk about other things, but, if I'm too, like, annoying, I don't know. I consider when I'm irritated about things, I kind of feel like I'm a little annoying. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I edit it. But, I kind of got an idea to talk about my story while I do the rest of the dolly dress up, because I didn't finish, because it was already a long video. If I don't post it, here's just Henry. I was about to say Henry, and then I was like, wait. And then I was like, yeah, that's correct. Just Henry. So he looks awesome. He's in the pants that I dyed. So, or shorts, pants. Y'all know what I mean. And then, it's Scara. Just kind of put her in something simple. And then here is, what's her face? Charley in this blue dress and black jacket, and then I gave her simple black shoes. So now I'm gonna kind of play around with Gulia and talk. And mainly what I wanted to talk about, I got inspiration to talk about Charley a little bit. Well, mainly his family. That way you guys kind of have a clue about. That way you guys know about his family, I guess. That way I don't have to explain it when I get his dolly eventually, maybe. We'll see how this goes. Maybe if I don't like this, I won't even put it up either. Anyway, so essentially, his family is basically rich for the most part. His father was the guy that pretty much created the school that Alex goes to in that city. And his mother is a famous designer of some sort. Either through fashion or she's a big lady in some certain way. I haven't decided how, and really I haven't taken the time to give her some job. Although I do know, like, if she is some type of fashion designer person, she owns a shop in 3 of the other kingdoms. So she's a busy lady, and his father is kind of the same thing. He travels a lot and stuff, and he also kind of runs the school, and he does a lot for the city as well. So, they're not always around, for starters. But anyway, back to the family before I start talking about other things. So, his father, his mother, and, he's got, I think, 3 older siblings. And one, he is a twin, by the way. He has a twin sister. And then he's got 2 younger siblings, and, how do I want to explain this? And I don't want to start. I'm dressing dollies at the same time. This is probably not a good idea, but, you know, I need to clean up and do this stuff anyway, so, I mean, might as well. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna put that in this. But anyway, so to begin with, his oldest, I think I made it brother. Out of the 3 siblings, older than him, he's got 2 brothers, and the one right before him is a sister. Like, out of the 3 older kids, the youngest is a sister. So the oldest brother had died in some kind of accident of some sort. The oldest brother is some type of, I don't know, I haven't decided. And then his sister is some big shot person, and she actually runs one of the shops that her mother owns in one of the other kingdoms. So she's actually not always there, as well. And then as for the youngest, I think I want to say is probably like 3 or 4 or something. So that baby is always with their mother. So that child you probably will never hear about, because I don't talk about his parents pretty much at all. Like, they're really not that important to the story for the most part. What do I want to do? I don't like... let me see. I don't want her in this dress anymore. I'm going to put her in something different. Anyway. So, getting to English, Charley. Did I say this is about Charley? I can't remember anymore. I've been really out of it the last couple of days. That's why there was like no vlog or any other type of video lately. But I am kind of back. Almost. Getting there. But getting to Charley, basically because his parents, 1, are rich, 2, are just so busy with their, I guess with their own lives, you can say, that they don't really get involved in their kids that much. Which is why, like I said, the youngest is usually with either the mother or with like the maid or something else, being taken care of somewhere else. And pretty much after his older sister, they pretty much don't, anyone younger doesn't get as much, I guess, as attention as you would think a normal kid would need. Pretty much the only attention that he and his, I'm going to say twin sister, because I haven't totally decided on a name for her either. A lot of the people in his, like, pretty much no one has a name, like an actual name. I need to work on that. But, no, where's the, sorry, I'm looking for something and I don't know what I did with it, but I'll get it together. So his family's kind of screwy, to be honest. Like, he doesn't get the attention a normal kid needs when he was younger, so, of course, as he gets older, as both of him and his sister get older, normally it's kind of like the only attention they get is, I guess, from negative things. So, like, they'll get in trouble, and that is pretty much the only attention that they'll get from their parents. And his father is actually highly, like, an intelligent person, so he always wants his kids to be the same way. So Charley will get, like, a B on something, and he will get in humongous trouble. Like, it's crazy stuff like that, and, you know, his twin sister basically ends up kind of saying screw them, so she kind of just does whatever she wants, and Charley does too, but, I don't know, he's a little crazy himself, in a sense. A lot of negative things happen because he just, I don't know, he just doesn't get the attention he wants in a lot of ways. And I don't know if I'm explaining anything correctly the way I want it to be explained, but I don't know, I guess the emotions coming from not having the attention and having that, I guess, form of abuse, because to me that in a line is abuse, and then there is some form of abuse in that family. Like, I haven't totally have it solidified, I mean, but his family's kind of, excuse the language, I'm sorry. I don't have the energy to edit myself, so, But, I guess we can just kind of skip a little bit, and so, also his twin sister, they were pretty close when they were younger. It's just, I guess, between, like, obviously the emotional things that has happened to them, they kind of they're not as close as they were when they were younger. So pretty much at high school, they were pretty much, like, not seen as siblings anymore to a lot of, like, to other people. Like, people when they were younger always knew they were like twins and they were so much alike and all that, but by the time they were in high school, it was pretty obvious, like, or not obvious, it was kind of, like, they didn't seem like they were family, I guess is a good way to put it, because they were so different by that time. Also, like, they would, English is hard. They're also kind of, like, Charlie, he pretty much got into a lot of negative things. He did a lot of, I guess you would consider, like, he did, I guess, drugs and kind of partied, and she did too, but, like, she did a lot of, like, his sister did a lot of crazy things. Like, she would run away, and no one would hear about her for, like, a month, and then she'd randomly pop back up, and, you know, she's insane, kind of. She's insane and not insane. She just does crazy things. She's not crazy crazy. Charlie is a little bit crazy, but, you know, like I said, he just has emotional problems. He's not, like, actually crazy. And it doesn't help that, like, throughout his schooling, like, throughout him going to school, he didn't really technically have friends. Like, he had friends, but they were only friends with him because his father owned the school, and in some way it benefited them. So pretty much as soon as it was time for them to leave, it was just like, that was it. Their friendship ended. So he doesn't trust people, and I guess from the outside looking, he is popular. He has all the friends. He's like the coolest dude around. But the only reason he does that is just because it's, to him, it's the only way he can have other people like him, is to act like a douche and, you know, be that dude, you know, and be that popular guy that not a whole lot of people like, I guess. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm explaining things the way I want them to be explained, but yeah. And then, to make things kind of worse, they're his younger brother, I think that's what it is. I think it's brother, sister, twins, brother, and then the youngest is a girl. But the youngest brother, boy, that they have, that's in that family, is like a genius, like, their father. So he actually gets a lot more attention than some of the other kids, because the three oldest are full-on adults. Like, they do not be around the family much anymore. They do talk to like, they're still part of the family, but they're away from the family. Obviously, the oldest is dead, but, which I'm assuming, like, I think I put him in, like, he was in some type of war, or he was in the middle of a raid, and that's kind of what happened to him. But yeah, I guess that's kind of his family. And then, of course, like, he eventually meets Alex, and, you know, they become friends and stuff like that. So I'll get to that when I probably get closer to getting him or whatever, or if I actually feel like talking about it. But, do I not have anything that would go with this? Not really, do I? Okay, well, I guess I'm done with this, so, yeah. Let me find her hands, because I have no clue what I do with her hands. Oh, they're behind Charley. But, yeah, overall, I guess that's kind of his personality. He does have, like, a lot of, I would say he does have a lot of anger. He does get in a lot of fights. I will say, like, one of the first ways that he and Alex meet is because he was in a fight in the process of, like, fighting people. And Alex stopped it, I guess. Like I said, I'll tell more of that story whenever. It's like an episode. It needs to be an episode of its own, is what I mean. I feel like I'm missing something with her. Like, ooh, actually, I want to do that. That looks better. I'm just gonna change her a million times throughout me talking because, you know. I still want this, but I don't know, it's the dress that's bugging me. Like, I don't know what dress to put her in. he has a lot of anger issues, and like I said, emotional issues as well. Like how his sister always, like, was kind of like F you and did whatever she want. He kind of has a lot of, he wants the attention, he needs the attention, even though it's like negative attention and stuff like that. It's the same reason he has friends that aren't even really his friends. Where she would be like, oh, you're a douche because you only want to be my friend because my father owns the school. Yeah, screw you. He would be like, oh. Like, like, no one would know that he knows that's their only reason they're being friendly is because his father owns the school and stuff like that. He would know, but no one else would kind of realize that he knows. So, like, he really wouldn't, like, there'd be times where he'd just drop people. Like, if they were genuine in some way, like, he would just, like, screw you, sorry. It's kind of like the personality that kind of developed from that stuff. And then, like I said, he kind of partied a lot and did a lot of crazy things, I guess. He did, I would say he would, I do see him as someone who would do, like, some type of drug of some sort. And go to a lot of parties and drink, and I'm not saying like all of that is really negative and horrible for your life. I'm not saying that. He did things to a point where it was like like I want to, for some reason the word's coming to me as abusive, and that's not the correct word I want to use. Like addictive, I guess, like it would become almost addictive in a way. Not that he was addicted, but like kind of similar to that. That's the only way I can describe like those habits kind of arise. Like I said, a lot of these things like change when he meets Alex and like obviously becomes his friend and stuff like that and everything. And maybe I'll tell what happens to his sister later on or whatever, but because I think I am making her part of the story later, like later in the story, not quickly. Like, I don't even think I would be able to get, well, I don't even know if I'm getting Charley this year, to be honest. Because I'm not getting really a doll for my birthday. I'm getting a computer because I really need one. To be honest, it's like more important than a doll at this time. So, yeah, it kind of sucks, but I mean, like I said, it's kind of more important than getting a doll. Necessities, in a way. Not that it's a necessity, I don't need a computer, it's just, I guess, easier. I don't know what else to talk about. I feel like there was more to talk about, but I can't remember what else I had created. Oh, technically, I will say that technically, he did run away, to travel with Alex and stuff, because, I think I did tell, like, eventually him and, like, his pack can't stay where they are anymore, so they have to leave and go to the north and all that other stuff. After that happens, he and Kira and Violet travel the world and stuff like that. So at some point, he and at some point Charley decides to travel with them and stuff and runs away. And at that point, like, there is a point where his father kind of disowns him and acts as if he doesn't exist afterwards. Which by that point, Charley he doesn't care. And then, yeah. Because the strange thing is, even though he does have like, I would say like a pretty big family, even though he has a big family, I mean, it's not like he like, they were a family, but not to an extent where they felt like family, I guess. Like, obviously the older ones and I guess the younger ones, they're like family. Like, they're like bonded. Oh, we are family. But like, for some reason, Charley and obviously his sister never truly felt that way. And I'm guessing like their older sister kind of had a little bit of that as well. But you know, I mean, I'm sure everyone in that family has an issue of some sort, kid-wise, not the adult. Well, yeah, the parents have some issues if they treat their kids that way, but you know. Okay, I think I'm done, so I'm gonna stop rambling about the story because I pretty much repeated everything like twice, I think. And hopefully you guys found it interesting. Like I said, I'll talk more about it. Either I will talk about it more eventually. Don't worry. And hopefully it will be sooner than later. So I think that looks pretty good. I liked it. I gave her these shoes. I didn't want to give her the chain shoes. I just kind of felt like they were much. I wanted this. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of a story time. And like I say every story time, if you guys have questions or if I obviously didn't explain something well enough, and you have a question, just comment below and I'll answer it. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!